we should encourage women to buy more lottery tickets because, I mean, it's, as you said, it's a small investment. And how great would it be if, I mean, your husband is going to work every day, but I mean, you bought a lottery ticket and you're bringing home millions of dirhams.
Hello, everyone. I'm Dr. Smitha Prabhakar. I'm a positive mindset and well-being coach, and I'm also called the happiness doctor because I bring in happiness to people. I'm so happy and excited to be in this podcast of Oh Millionaire in this month of July. And we're going to have exciting and more episodes to come ahead with none other than the Oh Millionaire Chief, Ralph C. Martin.
Well, thank you very much. It's great to have you here. I love it. I mean, I'm excited to talk to you and talk with you about these topics. The topic we have today. Can you explain me, Dr. Smitha, what happiness doctor means, like exactly?
First of all, thank you so much for having me here. And we have been friends for some time. And then we had many, many discussions which were eventful, deep conversations about life itself and about happiness and stress management and a lot of that, right? So whenever we had this conversation, mostly I was dwelling into a subject called happiness. What makes us happy and joyful? What is that, the happiness dose we all should have in our life, which is like happiness doses what? Dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, and endorphins. So connecting to this particular subject, I can't be more happier to be here because this is exactly what connects to the subject what I live for, happiness in people's life, and what brings in happiness. And happiness can be trained as well. And that's my subject. And that's why people call me the happiness doctor.
Wonderful.
And I'm so excited about this specific topic, luck and gender, and why men play lottery more.
That's a really good question. And I have to refer, first of all, to statistics. So interesting enough, I would say like maybe it's a culture thing. Because when we are looking in countries or regions where we have like the lotteries established for many, many years, let's say in Europe or in the US, for example, then men are playing slightly more the lottery than females, than women. So
why is that?
Yeah, it's probably because, I mean, they have like more access to this, or, you know, like, I mean, sometimes in these countries you're selling the lottery tickets at a kiosk, for example. And I could assume that more men are going there for buying cigarettes, you know, or something else related to men. And then and then at the same time they buy a lottery ticket. Okay,
absolutely.
At this point, you know, like it's just interesting that men and women almost equally, still more men, buying the lottery tickets. Now, when we coming to this region here, and that's very, very surprising that we have like 13 or almost 15% of the women only buying a lottery tickets, and 85% of the men are buying a lottery ticket. This is a huge difference now, right?
Absolutely, absolutely.
And now I guess we can discuss this of, you know, like, I mean, where it's coming from. My guess. Let's start with basically the evolutionary idea, because like when we are still like in the Stone Ages and cavemen, I suppose to feed your family or your tribe, I mean, you have to be a good hunter, right? And being a good hunter means that you have to take more risks. And maybe from thousands and thousands of years ago, it's in our genes, you know, that men are taking more risks. I mean, you study men and women, so I mean, you probably know it better than me.
That's right.
But I think, you know, like this might be something where men are really like more like a risk taker from these gene kind of idea.
Absolutely right. You know, men are, you know, when I do a lot of relationship coaching, And you see that men, they have this drive and ambition, to take care of the family. They're risk takers because they are the providers generally from a male and a feminine energy perspective, feminine and male alchemy. If you look at it, generally men are providers, risk takers. They want to provide for the family. They want to make sure that family is safe and secure. From that perspective, and they go in for this testosterone drive, and they take all the risks for, they are the knights in armor for the family, right? I've done this for you. So they are more driven that way. So men definitely don't mind taking risks. But women are generally, from a feminine energy, they are the goddesses and they are the queens and they want to be treated that way. They want to be served, ideally. Yeah, but the generations have changed, and the way women are also providers. But at the same time, there is an inherent uh, nature of women to be taken care of, right? That we cannot deny that fact. So
I'm 100% with you.
So they are like a little more laid back from a financial risk-taking perspective. Men, if you see, just men are mostly taking decisions. Where should I invest? About the stock market. If you look at it, there are much more men than women. If you just look at the statistics. So I would think that from a psychological, from a gender perspective, men would definitely take more risks, because they want to. It's also connected to the status of like, I'm taking care. I mean, from a status perspective, I want to serve my family and take care of the family and give them the best life, vacation and everything.
I think when you're saying like, taking care, then, it's very simple. Of course, especially in this region here, we have like, the people are leaving even the families in, going abroad to work and sending back the money, of course. Even so, we have a lot of people here from, let's say, from the Philippines, where women are coming and of course, providing the family with an income. But yes, just thinking of it, like, of course, like we men, we are supposed to bring the money. You are keeping it and making the best out of it. So, so we have to bring more money because, you want clothes, you want makeup, you want to look good, you want your wellness treatment and all this kind of stuff. So, yes. Everybody, we men we have to be successful. Otherwise, we cannot have like the wonderful women we all have.
Absolutely. You're so right. You're so right. Ideally, there is a pressure on men, no matter what, they need to be successful, right? There is an inherent pressure from the society.
Right.
And that goes without saying, right? From age old, like men always took care of the family and they've taken all the risk. Women can provide for the family, but there is no major pressure in their family unless they are both husband and wives are coming together to make a family. When women can choose to work or not to work, right? Again, it's everyone's individual choices. So even if I'm just looking at, I'll tell you a story. When I was a child, I could see all these small groceries and they had all these lottery tickets there.
Right.
And, men are going for the cigarettes and they're just looking around and when they're going to buy something for the family and the tickets were there. This was like about 10, 15 years ago and that was on the road. So men was always driven. Okay, let me try my luck. So it went, but I've never seen it those times, a woman going and buying a lottery. Visually I've not seen it. Maybe they would be buying, but what you see outside, it's like the percentage is very, 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 very less. And women are also very careful, meticulous planners.
Right.
Because they have to take care of the family from all aspects, right? They have to make sure things are saved. They have to make sure the children are taken care of. They have to also make sure their husbands, another form of children, they are also taken care of, right? So, but they have to manage all of these things at the same time with that particular income. So women are very, very careful planners, and men provide, they take risk, they're always looking for the windfall so that they can provide, like, wow, can you imagine the amount of happiness and joy a woman could have when her husband brings them, oh wow, you have this house, you have this car.
But today we are not going back to what I said at the beginning, like the evolution kind of thing. Of course we cannot be the best hunter, we cannot be the best fighter or in anymore on the street. So what we have to do is like, I mean, our success is different. I mean, we measure it basically with the income we have or the money or the success we have. And success always comes with taking risks. I mean, if you are not, I always believe, I personally believe that if you are not taking risk, I mean, you cannot be outstanding successful. You might be successful, you might be a happy life, but at the end of the day, it's not like you are achieving something outstanding.
Yeah.
So that's why probably men are taking more risk and taking the risk of buying a ticket every week, hopefully, like, I mean, just to take the chance, like to win the lottery. If and then obviously it's then you bring the money home and then you take care of it.
Absolutely.
And
Please
that's,
bring it on. We are there to take care
so
of
that's
it.
Smitha, we had like this in another
Yes.
podcast where I was talking about like how people are wasting their money after a lottery win. And I think like when it comes to the idea we have now is like, just win the lottery and then give it to your wife or your fiancée or your girlfriend. Well, maybe not the girlfriend at this point, but I mean, if it's your wife, then you're pretty safe. So she is taking care of the money and the spendings you have. So it lasts forever. A lot of people are losing their lottery winnings within 2 years, basically. After 1 year, it's 2
And
years,
it's
it's gone.
surprising. What a surprising fact, right? So people, when they have windfalls of money, they are just overwhelmed. They do not know what to do with it. That's why
Yeah.
they need to have the right circumstances, the right
Yeah.
people around to make sure that you're investing in the right space so that that money can regenerate money as well, which is very important, right? Sudden sweepstakes can actually throw people away because they're not ready for that windfall. They're not ready for that success which was brought to them.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're right.
And what comes in my mind is that also, like, when we are looking back, how long, it's not that long ago, actually, that men and women had basically different rights in cultures and societies. I mean, I know from my parents, I mean, when they got married, my dad even had to approve that my mom had a job and was working. So he had to sign papers, that she was allowed to work. And we are talking about a Western society, right? So maybe out of this also, men believe that they have more rights, so they can basically buy a lottery ticket or gamble or whatever they are doing. Even so, gambling is, again, the bad part where you might lose too much money. With a lottery, usually you cannot, because you're buying 1 or 2 tickets.
Yeah, and then small investment.
Yeah,
I
it's a
would say
small
lottery is
investment, yeah.
always a small investment, and small incremental investments could actually do a lot more good because they're taking a risk and they're just waiting.
Yeah.
And it's also, the lottery, the best part of lottery is that what I feel is that you're also contributing for a social cause, especially with Oasis Park, right? Buying the green certificate along with your lottery, and you're putting amount into something which can serve the society, help a lot of other people, make a greener community. I mean, this is the most important thing which you should, other than your family and your winnings and the material benefits, definitely your purpose of your life is a little bigger than that. You're impacting not only your family, the society overall, right? Because the societal influence is also very important.
But maybe we should encourage women to buy more lottery tickets, because I mean, it's, as you said, it's a small investment. And how great would it be if, I mean, your husband is going to work every day, but I mean, you bought a lottery ticket and you're bringing home millions of dirhams, like because you won the lottery. That would be really interesting for a family, and to talk to these people. If you have a winner, like a female winner, if you have a female winner, that would be interesting how the family, like is reacting on this. And but I think like it's, especially lottery, it could be like that if we encourage female customers or buying more of these tickets, like that that they have at least they take a chance, to bring an additional or a life-changing income to the family, right?
Absolutely. I just have a question.
Yeah.
During this course of the O Millionaire draws, what is the percentage of women who won in the lottery?
Well, it's actually the ratio is probably the same like like the 15 to 85%. When it comes to the big winners, then I have to admit there was not a female winner for the big money, but that's based on the percentages, right? When it comes to the smaller prices, or since we have like different price tiers, and we had like thousands and 10,000s of people winning in the past, then it's we have the same. The women are winning like with a 15% of chance, I would say, like compared to.
It's an incredible graph, if you just look at it. And I think we should encourage more women to come on and buy. And it's not just about material winning, it's about something they're contributing towards society. I mean, that's what my point of view would go ahead.
Yeah, maybe lotteries are having like this, always this topic for like doing this for good causes, right? And this could be a topic for another podcast. But so maybe women, since they care more about what's happening around them and more caring, as you said at the beginning, if they understand that they're doing something good with buying like a lottery ticket, that would be encourage them even to get more into this and taking a chance, and hopefully watching the show, and because it's entertaining as well, watching our host, like at the show every Thursday to be there. This is I think it was just surprising, or let's say that it was just surprising for me to see like this huge difference of like the male and female differences in buying tickets. And the question is always like, what's the reason for it? And I think there are multiple reasons, but at the end of the day, male are more taking risks, I suppose.
They're neurologically as well wired differently, because we are all wired differently. So it's like why women can't read maps. So there are many things what men can do.
Oh, they cannot?
They cannot. I can't. So there are many things what men can do, and we need to acknowledge and appreciate that there are many things what women can do, and everyone has got their individual roles.
Right.
So, but now women becoming more and more breadwinners in the family, for sure, women can step up and just start buying lotteries and start taking a lot more risks, I would say. And win a lot more.
Obviously, we have to be the strong guys, and like always successful and things like that.
So you can buy more.
A lot of pressure on us.
It's like
and
if
even
the
buying
wife
lottery tickets.
buy more, if the wife buys this week one, the husband can buy another two the next week.
And I mean, this is happening also like in what I saw in the past, like when it comes to lotteries, that a lot of people are building like these syndicates and these pools to buy lottery tickets together.
That's right.
But seriously, I've never seen women sitting together and saying like, okay, we have like this, let's buy a lottery ticket or 10 lottery tickets together so we can, it's always like men sitting there, right? They are sitting on a table and maybe playing cards or having a drink or something like that. And then they decide, okay, everybody is putting some money on the table, we buy a lottery ticket. Yeah. I've never seen this with women.
You know what happens is, when you say like mostly, even if you're looking at poker games, you're seeing men sitting for hours endlessly till wee hours in the morning to play. So they have this kind of an engagement generally. Either they're going out for cigarettes or they're playing some game together or poker or pool. So you see there's a lot of male engagement there. At that time, these are the conversations which comes up. In fact, I bought in with a few friends of mine when we were traveling, and all of them were men, and I was only one girl, who was buying together. But, it came from them. Let's buy the ticket together.
Right.
So, but it never came from a women's group. I think it'll be fun for people because it'll be a very minor contribution together and see where the windfall comes in.
Yeah.
I would love to see that very, very soon. And maybe I would initiate one of them soon. So thank you so much. It was such an awesome and an informative episode today. And I'm looking forward for the next episode. Thank you for being such an inspiration for millions of people.
Thank you very much I had so much fun today. And I hope I see you soon. And thank you everybody watching this podcast.
Thank you so much. And we look forward to see you in the next episode.